We all know that Mr. Beast and Chris Tyson caused a huge controversy whenever Chris Tyson left his entire family and started dressing his son up in women attire and actually transitioned completely himself, or as at least undergoing a transition. He's taking medicine to turn him from a man into a woman, and people took a lot of offense to it. People didn't like it because obviously Mr. Beast's audience is very much skewing young, probably, 13 to 17 years old. I would say maybe 12 years old to 17, probably his main demographic. So it kind of sucks that somebody who caters towards a very young audience will be platforming someone like this who looks very ill and obviously is going through something that you don't want to promote to children, because they have that they have enough of that nowadays. That it's promoted enough to them, and enough of them are going through extreme mental health issues because of this stuff being promoted to them. And I think Chris will probably go through that as well, not because of all the backlash. I'm sure that won't help, but I think just because he'll probably regret it. I think that a lot of people do this because they think it's cool. It's an aesthetic nowadays. And I think a lot of them end up regretting it. That's kind of, it's not even, I think it's kind of in the numbers. A lot of them go through deep depressions. A lot of them self-delete afterwards. And it's really sad to see. And I don't want this to be promoted to children, because I think that they're probably a lot more susceptible to things like this. But it seems like Mr. Beast has kicked Chris Tyson from his group. I don't think that Chris Tyson will be around anymore. I said that they would do this in a very specific way, a very strategic way, and I think that they did it exactly how I thought they would. It seems like Chris Tyson and Mr. Beast set out a plan. I think Chris Tyson probably got paid off a good bit to probably not be in their videos anymore, or maybe, slowly phase him out. We'll see in this video right here what he has to say. Also, Mr. Beast got ratioed on that one unboxing video, the first video since Chris's transition became public, and he looked really bad in that video, but it was the first video since Chris Tyson's transition became public. He got ratioed really hard in that video, especially for our Mr. Beast video, and he deleted that video. It's completely gone. I'll show you that in 1 second as well. But here is Chris responding to the rumors that he was kicked from the group. Let's see what he has to say.
Told Jimmy, just because I want to spend time with Tucker and he's traveling a lot, I'm just going to come and go as I please. I came to Japan and I left when I pleased. And I went to, I don't know if I can say I went to Mexico. I went to Mexico and then I came back.
So that's exactly kind of how I said that. If this is what maybe I'm reading into it a little bit too much. Let me know in the comments. I don't think I am. A ton of other people are also agreeing with me. Like this person here, Mr. Beast kicked Chris Tyson from the group. The world is finally healing. I don't think I'm reading into this too much. I think it's impeccable timing if I am. That the fact that people are asking, did you get removed from the Mr. Beast team, because they keep lying about that. And Chris comes out and says, no, I'm going to come and go as I please now. I told my boss that I'm going to come and go as I please. The person who pays my checks. I told him, yeah, actually, I don't feel like coming today. I'm not going to work today. I'm just actually, you know what, Jimmy, I'm going to come and go as I please. I can't imagine if I told my boss that, what his reaction would be. Like that's just not real. So what I said would happen is that Chris would come out himself and say that he's stepping away from the team to take time for his mental health, to take time for his family or whatever. That's what I thought would happen. I thought that Mr. Beast would pay him a big bag to come out on Twitter and be like, I'm going to actually step away myself. There's nothing wrong between me and Jimmy, nothing wrong with me and the Mr. Beast team, but I'm just going to step away because I need some time for my mental health. It's just my decision. It's nobody else's decision. It's all mine. And that's pretty much exactly what's happening here, in my opinion. I think Mr. Beast told him, or paid him off a good bit of money. Hey man, you're going to have to step away for a while. We got to slowly phase you out of this thing, or at least let the situation die down. And if it does end up dying down and you're able to come back without all the backlash happening, then maybe you can come back. But as of now, I think you're going to have to go on Twitter. You're going to have to go on Snapchat and let all of our fans know that you were the one that made the decision to step away, not me. And hey, I'll give you $15 million to do it. You'll be fine. You'll be living good, but you're not going to be able to be in the videos anymore because you're absolutely ruining the Mr. Beast brand, the Mr. Beast empire that Jimmy built up. And I think that's 100% what's happening here. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, if I'm reading in too much of this, then I'll be willing to accept it. But I don't think that this timing could be more impeccable if that's the case. Like the fact that all of that backlash happened, and I knew that this was going to happen. If they were going to kick Chris out of the group, this is exactly how they would do it. There's no other way. There's no way that Mr. Beast will come out and publicly say Chris Tyson has been kicked for the group because he is transitioning to a female and it's ruining the brand. There's no way that he would come out and say that, because he would get canceled in an instant. Quicker than you can snap your fingers, Mr. Beast would be completely canceled. So he couldn't do that. This is the only way that they could have kicked Chris out of the group. This is the only way. And I'm sure that he's not mad about it because he got a big bag from Mr. Beast. I'm sure he did. He probably made a ton of money while he was working for Mr. Beast, and he probably got paid a ton of money to walk away from it. He might even have stake in the company. He might even have stake in the Mr. Beast corporation. So who knows, man? He'd probably get paid a ton of money going forward, maybe get some residual checks. You know, he'll be fine. He'll be totally fine. And like I said, if they were going to kick Chris out of the group, this would be the only possible way that you could do it. And here is one of my older videos, 2 weeks ago. I guess not really that old. It was opening, I can't tell how many thousand it was, but mystery art boxes. And I was on the mrbeast 2 channel. You can see that right there. Let me see if I can up the quality just to make it a little bit better, a little bit easier to see for you. mrbeast 2, as you can see right there, 175,000 likes to 232,000 dislikes. And it's crazy because, like I said earlier, this is on the second mrbeast channel. So you know it's even more niche of an audience. It's even more niche. So it's probably even a younger audience. And it's still got ratioed badly. And it's not like all these 10-year-olds are out there saying, oh man, this trans agenda is going too far. You know, we got to ratio mrbeast. No. So this is a lot of people who are just standing up to mrbeast and letting him know, hey, I'm not going to let you show this thing. I'm not going to let you show this transition to my children. It's not going to work. You're not going to, I'm not going to let my children watch you anymore if you keep this guy around. Just not going to happen. mrbeast said, you know what? We probably need to make a call here to get Chris out of the group. We probably need to delete this video and, you know, probably going to delete anything from his social medias that show Chris looking more feminine, looking like he's trying to transition to a female. He's probably going to end up deleting that because it just hurts his brand. It hurts the empire that he built. He worked so hard to build. And I know that mrbeast cares a lot for his friends. I know he does. But I don't think mrbeast cares for anything more than the empire that he's built up. You can't care for anything more than that if you build something up this big. You have to have some sort of deep obsession with success to build something that big. So I know that he cares for his friend. He probably cares about Chris. He cares about all of them. But I know he doesn't care about anybody more than making money and building this empire that he's built up already. And if you go over to mrbeast 2, the channel, and you go to live, which is where it was, that video is gone. There is no opening however many thousand mystery art boxes. It's gone. We go to the videos, it's not there. It's just not here. He deleted it because of how much backlash it got and how bad it made his brand look and how many people were telling him that they weren't going to allow their children to watch him anymore. I wouldn't let my kids watch him if he had Chris on there. I'm glad that mrbeast made the right decision. I don't think it's him taking a stand. I don't think it's him having certain principles or morals or anything like that. I think it's simply a financial decision. But hey, man, we can't stop getting wins when it comes to this stuff. When it comes to this culture war stuff, we can't stop getting wins right now. We have the Bud Light stuff going absolutely crazy. Like the sales are going down. I think it was 26% they lost on their sales. That's insane. They're obviously making changes. They're firing people who made the decision to have Dylan Mulvaney on there. We have mrbeast, who we showed him that, you know, if you have Chris Tyson on there, we're not gonna stand for it. People are saying that they're not gonna let their kids watch mrbeast as long as Chris is on there. And, you know, Chris is now out of the group. In my opinion, that's what that means. That video that Chris posted, it means that Chris is out of the group. And he also deleted the video where Chris was dressed really feminine and it just looked really gross. And it got ratioed pretty bad because of it. Like I said, we can't stop getting wins recently. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. Am I reading way too much into this? I think that it's, once again, impeccable timing. The fact that mrbeast deleted the video that Chris was in, that everybody was ratioing. Chris comes out and says that he's going to come and go as he pleases, which is exactly what I said would happen if they were going to kick Chris out of the group. They would come out and Chris would say it. Chris would be the one to say, you know, I'm going to come and go as I please, something like that, something along those lines. And then he would just probably slowly get phased out or maybe just never show up again. Who knows? I just think it's insane timing that all of that stuff happened at the same time. If he wasn't actually kicked out of the group, it's crazy timing. So let me know in the comments, though, what you guys think about the entire situation.